All right, good afternoon, late afternoon. This is Coach Big Pete of Deep Dish Football, and it's time now opening remarks. Bolingbrook versus Homewood Flossmoor. The big battle, the biggest battle in the state of Illinois this week for week 4 IHSA football. Two very talented teams, two well-coached teams, two of the best coaching staffs in the state of Illinois. Much respect, Coach Ivelo, Coach B, Homewood Flossmoor, great offensive line coach, and Bolingbrook, especially Coach Cicero from Homewood Flossmoor. He does a tremendous job. It's going to be a great game. Really a game concentrated on basically looking at both lines of the defense and offense. That's going to be the huge staple in this game for Friday night, week 4. Now, also going to go through a few players, some underrated players, some players that deserve to be looked at. I think one of the most underrated players in the state of Illinois right now is going to be playing this game is Coe, defensive tackle. Deserves a lot more respect in these games from Homewood Flossmoor. Also going to be talking a little bit about the quarterbacks. Going to be talking about some of the wide receivers. Marion Scott from Homewood Flossmoor, Bolingbrook. Young kid, Trevor Borland, kid to keep an eye out for too. Go through the season so far. I know one team that's going to be very interested in this game. That's going to be Lincoln Way East, as they are the Kings and they are sitting on top of the throne. And they play both of them later on in the season, Homewood Flossmoor and Bolingbrook, as they look to dethrone the King, which is Lincoln Way East, last year's title winners. Also, we'll be looking a little bit at the magic numbers. Some numbers to pay attention to, especially last year's score. Also, we'll be going through a few of the schemes and get you ready for this whole week until Friday night between Bolingbrook and Homewood Flossmoor, as you voted by you the Deep Dish Football Game of the Week, Week 4, 2018 season. Now, this game is being played at Bolingbrook, so you gotta give a little bit of the home field advantage in there. Bolingbrook looked great. Both teams actually looked great last week. Big wins over Sandburg and Stagg High School. My thing right now, one of my main keys for Bolingbrook is that basically Anthony Williams. How much does he produce? And for Homewood Flossmoor, Leon Tanna, and those two backup running backs as well. How do they produce? And see what happens. It'll be interesting. I think this game is a tough game to basically give an actual favorite on. These are two evenly paced teams. I saw Homewood Flossmoor play Stagg last year. I saw Bolingbrook 2 years ago play Bradley Bourbonnais. I like Bolingbrook's running style. I like the way that the way they attack the ball, especially the inside man. Homewood Flossmoor, a little more on the read side. It'll be very interesting. Personally, it should be a good game. I can't wait Friday night. Tomorrow, go through schedule, go through rosters of both teams. Also, like I said before, pay attention to Bolingbrook's offensive line and Homewood Flossmoor's offensive line. Homewood Flossmoor has got a bunch of D1 players on that line. So does Bolingbrook, AJ Paredes, Williams. There's another guy that deserves a lot more looks. Defensive back wise, superior secondaries for both teams. Mitchell for Bolingbrook, Homewood Flossmoor, safety Winston Russell, one of the best in the state and even in the Midwest. So is Mitchell. So it's a very interesting game. I think it's going to play very well into how both quarterbacks do for both teams. Bolingbrook's got more of a a younger quarterback in that fold. I think he was a transfer from Homewood Flossmoor, if I'm not mistaken. Probably am. Homewood Flossmoor's got a great group of wide receivers. And I said before, Marion Scott is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the state of Illinois. He's going to get a lot more looks than he's getting. Basketball player and football player. So that's pretty much it. Schmitz from Homewood Flossmoor, that's another player to look at. Bolingbrook, Palmer, linebacker, that's another kid to look out for too. So go through rosters, go through everything, and I mean, when you talk about this game, basically what you can also say is too, you can look at the sophomore game, and that sophomore game is probably going to feature 10 to 14 D1 players in 2 years. Seriously, just to be truthful, 2 years, that Bolingbrook, Homewood Flossmoor, 2 years, is going to have another great group of D1 athletes and all that other stuff. So it should be interesting. Going to definitely be at that sophomore game as well for Friday night. So make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Quick reminder, Wednesday and Thursday, go over the game as well on Deep Dish Football Live on Facebook Live at 8 o'clock Wednesday and Thursday. And Breakfast with Coach Big Pete, 9 a.m. on Facebook Live Saturday after the game. So it should be a fun time. If you have any questions, my email is coachbigpete@fp@gmail.com. Feel free to answer it. What else was I going to say? If you like my work, feel free to leave a tip via PayPal on the PayPal link on the bottom. Thank you so much. Have a lovely night. And tomorrow, kick it off with the rosters and the season so far.